you all for coming to our first open house here at Coastline. It's so great to see everybody here together. My name is Justin Lees and I'm the CEO here. My main goal tonight in gathering everybody here is really to reconnect you all with our agency, to put some names to the faces of our team here. And really, the main goal is to make sure you all get a better understanding of what we do every day to help the people in this community. Coastline has been very busy over the past 2 years. My predecessor, who many of you know, Paula Shiner, retired at the end of June 2020. We all miss her very much, but she assures me she's enjoying her retirement very much. But during that time, I took the helm here 3 months into COVID, and on top of that, we were right in the middle of this building project, which, as you can see, turned out wonderfully. And selfishly, part of the reason you're invited tonight also is just so we can show off, what we were able to accomplish with that, especially during COVID, and get to see the space that our staff work in every day. We will be giving tours to anybody that's interested after you have a chance to eat and learn more about the programs if you haven't already done that. But I just have a very quick slideshow I want to show about the building project. We had purchased this building from the city at tax auction. It had been vacant for about 30 years. And we also bought a neighboring residence to create additional parking. And it's 1 minute, but it kind of shows you that transition. So, thank you. We had put together a really good team of contractors and architects to get all that done. So not only were we busy doing all of that, changing leadership, trying to get this building up, but our staff was also really busy. We really didn't have any interruption of service. We sent people home, they could work from there, do their visits over the phone. The nutrition department kept the meal delivery going every single day. So really no break in service. And to kind of illustrate how much impact we have, we put together this data map that shows how many consumers we serve per community in our service area. So you can see, if you can see, the total's over 4,000 people. It's about 4,300. And we accomplish all that with a staff of about 200 people here. So it is really quite incredible. And if you're interested, I'll leave this up after so you can kind of see, if you represent a certain town, how many people currently are receiving some sort of service from Coastline. And then so what do we do to help all these people? That's kind of the story I want to tell, and that's what we've always had trouble explaining. Because we operate over 20 programs here, it's hard to boil it down as to what we do every day. So a new approach that we've taken is a video series that interviews some of our staff and managers and just goes through some typical examples of what they face and how Coastline takes in a referral and handles it and serves our consumers. So if you can bear with me, this is our first video that we've made. It's about 10 minutes, but I think it really gives you a lot of information in that 10 minutes. And you'll walk away knowing a lot more about us after this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Connecting with Coastline, a program where Coastline Elderly Services staff answer your questions about resources and help for older or disabled adults. It can be hard to know where to turn when you or your aging parent needs help. Coastline can help older adults and family caregivers find answers. Today, we're going to look at 4 topics that Coastline frequently gets asked about: social isolation, nursing home complaints, home services like laundry, grocery shopping, and house cleaning, and what the process looks like when you call Coastline. Let's jump right in with our first topic. I need help, but I'm not really sure where to start, or even what I can ask for. Can I still call Coastline?
Of course. We would want to start with reaching out to our information and referral department. They're really the access point for making sure that we get your referral to the appropriate department. So if there was a need for any sort of services like housework, laundry, shopping, bathing, or dressing, and you know for sure that those are the needs that you have and those needs need to be met, we would go ahead and push that forward to our home care department so our case managers can head out to assess your needs and implement some services. If you're kind of on the fence and you're not really sure exactly what you need or what you'd like to see in your home, we can kick that over to our options counseling department, where you would be set up with a counselor to just talk about what your options are, what you might be struggling with, and that counselor can set you up with any resources within Coastline or any resources that can help outside in the community.
I take care of my mom 24/7, and I have my own things going on. Can Coastline help me?
For sure. So caregiver stress is real, right? So we dedicate our time to our family members, but we also have to take care of us. I always used to say in the field, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So you got to fill up your cup so that you can help support your family and friends in the community. So we have a couple of options. The first one is our Family Caregiver Support Program. So someone would connect with you to sit with you as a caregiver to just kind of talk about how your day is and how maybe we can help support you, whether it's setting you up with a support group or maybe talking about home care services to provide some sort of respite to you. And that can include maybe sending mom or dad to a social daycare program, or maybe setting up a companion to come into the home to just kind of, provide some supervision, socialize with mom or dad, and just give you that opportunity to take a break, whether it's to get to your own appointments, or maybe head to the beach or get a cup of coffee on your own, so that you know they're safe, they're being supervised, and you can go ahead and do whatever you need to do. The other option too for our caregivers is just implementing home care services. Someone to go in and help with bathing and dressing, just tasks that you might be taking on that maybe we can take from you to just relieve that stress.
Doing the laundry wears me out a lot more than it used to do, and I have trouble with the stairs. Can I get help?
Yes, absolutely. Coastline can help you with this. If you or someone you know can't get down the stairs to do the laundry, we can help. We offer 2 different types of laundry service. One where the provider comes into your home and is able to wash and fold your clothes in your home. If you prefer not to have someone in your home, we also offer laundry services off-site, where they will pick up your laundry, wash and clean, dry, and fold your clothes and bring it back to you the next day.
How do I sign up, and how does it work?
Well, you can expect a phone call from a case manager at Coastline who will set up an appointment to come out to see you in your home to talk about what your needs are, look at your environment, and set up the services after that. It usually takes about approximately a week and a half to set up the services, and then someone will be out to help you with that.
I really worry about my mom. She used to be very active and have a lot of friends, but now she spends most of her time alone at home. Can Coastline help her connect?
Yes, there's a wide variety of services available for your mother. Coastline recognizes the dangers and need to address social isolation within our local elderly community. Because of this, we provide and help to fund a variety of community programs meant to help combat social isolation. From assisting elders with transportation, to attending social day, exercise classes like Tai Chi or Matter of Balance, even support groups, the list goes on. When the COVID-19 pandemic occurred and social distancing was the norm, it helped to shine a light on just how disconnected some of our elderly community members are from their family, friends, and society. Because these elders were unable to access the community services that we normally offer due to the need for social distancing to help stop the spread of the pandemic, the issue became that much worse. So in our needs assessment survey, which is conducted every few years to help gauge the needs of our local elderly community, we weren't the least bit surprised that technology access was the #1 need identified. With the funding assistance of the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA funds, Coastline was able to connect with a local instructor to begin hosting beginner computer classes at our new facility on Belleville Avenue. Once we began advertising for our new program, we were flooded with requests to attend. Since the classes began, we have received excellent feedback and numerous requests for higher level computer classes, but most of all, smartphone classes. At this very moment, we're in the process of developing these new classes so we can meet the highest level of need within our elderly community to help them connect with their peers, family, and friends on a virtual platform so we can help further prevent social isolation. If you or someone you love is interested in taking these computer or smartphone classes, please give Coastline a call today.
My dad is in a nursing home, and I have concerns about how he's being treated. I haven't had much success talking to staff there. Can Coastline help?
Oh, of course, we can help your father. First, I would ask is if your dad is his own person, meaning is he able to make decisions for himself? The reason why I ask that is that because we always have to get the consent of the resident to see if they truly have a concern that needs to be addressed and they want it to be addressed. So from there, either myself or one of the ombudsman volunteers would go to the nursing home and meet with the resident, your dad. We would then ask him if he has any specific concerns. If he does have a concern, we would then ask, would he allow us to address the concern? If he says yes, of course, then we would address that concern on his behalf. We typically have a contact person at the nursing facility, may it be the administrator or a social worker, and bring that concern to their attention. And then we would have to come up with a type of resolution of the issue, and that would be a matter that the facility would have to come up with. And about a week later, I would always circle back with Dad and see if that issue was addressed, if he is content with the outcome. If he is, then we end up, the issue is resolved. There have been many times where the resident doesn't want to address the concern at that moment. And that's why it's really important that our certified ombudsmen go into the facilities regular, build that relationship with the resident, so that way they can become comfortable with those volunteers. At that moment, they may not want to address that issue, but with time, they may feel comfortable with that volunteer and then may then feel that they're comfortable enough to address that concern.
Thank you for watching. If you need help in any of these areas, call Coastline at 508-999-6400.
Thank you. I think our team did a really great job putting that together. Most of the people you just saw are standing right over here, so if you have more questions, they're there for you, and they have much more information to hand out. We have tote bags, flyers to take home, whatever you need. But I really want to make sure that you realize what we do, and when you or your constituents run into these issues, you can always call us and we'll be here to help you. So thank you all for coming. Grab a bite to eat and meet our staff. Thank you.
So the money management program helps individuals, elders 60 and over, that meets financial eligibility as well as asset eligibility, to assist them with paying their bills. We have 2 programs within the money management program. We have the Bill Payer program, which basically we send volunteers who are Cori checked, reference checked, to a consumer's home, and the volunteer would basically visit the consumer every month, once or twice a month, and assist the consumer with paying their bills via check writing. The volunteer is able to write the checks, the consumer will sign the check, and the volunteer will also be able to balance the checkbook. So this is the Bill Payer program. The representative pay program is a little bit more different, but it assists our consumers to with their financial needs. The representative pay helps, we will be approved by the Social Security Administration to be the client's representative pay, meaning we would manage the consumer's Social Security benefits and paying their bills and giving them a personal expense need. So the difference between both is the bill payer, the consumer has complete control of their finances. The representative pay, we manage the consumer's benefits. A prime candidate for a bill payer program is that consumer that has visual limitation, arthritis, or can't really do math, or can't write a check. Maybe the spouse passed away and the spouse was the one who used to do the household bills. So that's the consumer that would fit in this program. The representative pay, it's for those consumers that they have to have a medical condition in order for them not to be able to manage their own finances. So dementia, Alzheimer's, substance abuse. We also deal with a lot of consumers who have had protective service involvement in being self-neglect or financial exploitation. So we took care of those consumers as well.
I am in charge of the evidence-based programs, and 2 of the programs that we're offering right now is Matter of Balance, which is a fall prevention program. It's free to elders 60 and over. It is cognitive restructuring. So anybody who has a fear of falling, this is a perfect program, right? So as we get older, we do know that falls are a possibility, but it's not inevitable, it is preventable. So that's what the program focuses on. We have exercises to work on strengthening, flexibility, balance, and then we also have discussions. So we raise awareness about our environment, what we need to look out for to avoid falls in the first place. And it's also a support for each other. So the groups are between 8 and 12 people, and it's free to anybody in the community in the greater New Bedford area. We have one coming up starting October 4th at Boa Vista from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. So Boa Vista is at 134 South 2nd Street. So anybody's welcome to join. And then the second program that we have is Bingo Sized, which is bingo and exercise, exactly how it sounds. And it's taking the fun of bingo and combining it with exercise. And it's just for an hour long, twice a week, for about 10 weeks. And again, it's a free program. So evidence-based programs is just what it sounds like. It's based on evidence. These programs have been developed using research, facts, and Bingo Size was developed by a doctor and put forward by Western Kentucky University, and Matter of Balance was developed by Maine Health. So great programs, free, and all for the goal of encouraging folks to increase their activity so that they can gain more balance, flexibility, and strength and avoid falls. at all costs. Right now, we usually have about 4 or 5 Matter of Balance workshops per year. We are able to do it online if somebody was not able to get out of the home. We also have iPads for folks that don't have access to the internet or for a computer. And bingo size is also something we can do online too. So usually 4 or 5 per year per program. So you're talking 10 different opportunities to participate.
So the foster grandparent program is I help older adults in the community that are 55 and older stay active by helping children. So I recruit volunteers and they go into the classrooms, and what they do is they provide a positive learning environment as a classroom grandparent, helping with tutoring and mentoring children. They have to volunteer a minimum of 15 hours a week. They would also have to clear criminal history background checks. They do a CORI, National Sexual Offenders Check, and FBI fingerprinting because they're working with a vulnerable population. You know, it's intergenerational work that they do, and it's good for everybody that's involved. They help the children, and it helps the volunteers stay active, and also the community. Saves the community a lot of money as well.
So the Senior Community Service Employment Program is a federally funded program that is funded by the Department of Labor, and it is a program that assists people who are 55 years and over living in Bristol or Plymouth County with retraining for employment opportunities. So if they've retired and decided they want to go back to work, or they are seeking new employment skills, this is a very good program for them to apply to and enter. This program helps people who live in Bristol and Plymouth County. You have to meet certain income criteria, be 55 years or over, not be working, and apply through Coastline. It's a wonderful program. We hook you up with government agencies or nonprofit organizations. That's where you would receive your training, and we make a match based on the skills that the senior worker are seeking and what the host agency is looking for as far as someone who can assist in their organization. So for instance, Coastline has programs here that we connect people with, mainly in the nutrition department, but also in our building, where we would provide training for Meals on Wheels drivers or kitchen attendants for the Meals on Wheels program, or an assistant, say, in the PCA program in clerical work. We would connect them with a senior participant who is looking for work, and they would provide the training. They're paid 20 hours per week at the minimum wage rate, and they're able to be in the program for up to 4 years. We don't have to already be signed on with the host agency. If they are interested in a government agency or a nonprofit, then they can say, I'm interested in that nonprofit, and we can do a host agency agreement with that nonprofit or government agency and see if they have something that we can match with them so that they can pick up some training and new skills.
Senior Care Options is a Mass Health program. To be eligible for Senior Care Options, you have to be age 65 and over and have Mass Health standard. One of the benefits of Senior Care Options is that you get zero copay for doctor's appointments, dental, vision, prescription medications. That's a big thing, and just like a benefit, a feature of having like a grocery card, benefit pharmacy card that you can use. Popular things about Senior Care Options is that a lot of people like to sign up to get connected with, to get dentures and hearing aids. That's usually a popular thing that people join Senior Care Options. Another big thing with Senior Care Options is medical transportation. So you get medical transportation coverage for all your medical appointments, and there's other added benefits like gym memberships, definitely the grocery cards. Perfect candidate for this program would be if you are a senior, age 65, and you're just looking for extra benefits. Like say you're home and you need help with services, or maybe you don't need help with services. You just need the coverage. Senior care options would be the best plan for you because you don't have to accept any services like homemaking, personal care. You could be covered and still get the benefits. So qualifying by your income, being Mass Health Standard, and being 65 and over. We have 6 wonderful plans that you could qualify for. We have Commonwealth Care Alliance. We have WellSense, formerly known as BMC Health Plan. We have Fallon Health, United Health, Senior Whole Health, and Tufts Health Plan. So there's 6 different insurances to choose from. They all are wonderful. They all have different benefits, but similar, but here and there you might have one that gives you more for prescription glasses. Another one might have more of a dental coverage, and that's the SCO department.
Hello, I'm Anna Hayes, the Director of PCA and Community Programs here at Coastline Elderly Services. I run several programs here at the agency. The first is the Options Counseling Program. So that program is a free service for anyone who is 60 and older who is interested in finding out what services they might be eligible for in the community. So if you're looking to say, I need help, I want to stay home, but I'm not really sure what's out there for you, we would send an options counselor out to your home and explore your service options. It's really self-directed and based on what your needs and desires and what your goal is to remain in the community. The options counselor would give you a list of resources and programs that you might be eligible for. They might help facilitate some of those resources for you, make referrals for you, and follow up and see, how did you do? Did those resources work for you? Does anything need to be tweaked? Is there any more information that you're looking for? And if you feel comfortable on what you got, we would kind of close the case and hopefully have you set up for services in the community to remain at home. That's the Options Counseling Program. The other program I oversee is the Family Caregiver Program, and that's really geared to our caregivers in the community. So once again, it's a free service that we offer here at Coastline, and there would be a caregiver specialist that would come out to your home and see what it is that you're looking for as a caregiver. Similar to the Options Program, but we're really geared to our caregivers, and we're able to offer a one-time respite. So say as a caregiver, I'm really interested in going into my daughter's wedding, but I care for my mom at home and I need someone to stay with them. We will be able to provide a one-time only service to allow you to go to that very important function. We also assist caregivers if they're looking for support groups. Sometimes it's really important as a caregiver to talk with other caregivers and kind of feel like, hey, this person can really relate to what I'm going through. And it's really great to have that person to connect with. So we offer different support programs. We have one in virtual, which connects multiple people outside our service area, and we have an in-person group also. The final program that I oversee is the Mass Health PCA program. So that is a Mass Health funded program. You have to have Mass Health to be on that program. And the great thing about that program is it's open to all ages. So we serve kids all the way up to the elderly in the PCA program. So the PCA program is for someone who has a chronic or permanent disability and requires a physical assistance on a daily basis with such things such as bathing, dressing, going to the bathroom, eating, managing your medications, getting in and out of bed, and you require physical assistance with 2 or more of those areas. We'll come out and do an assessment, see if you qualify, and get you an allotment of hours from Mass Health. The bonus of the PCA program is you are the employer. You hire who you choose. As long as they're eligible to work in Massachusetts, it's not your spouse, legal guardian, or surrogate, or a parent of a minor, you can hire someone you're comfortable with. So say I'm 40 years old, I have a disability and I need help, and the PCA program approves me from allotment and hours, and I'm really comfortable with my daughter being my caregiver. I can hire her as my PCA to provide my care in my home, help me with bathing, dressing, my medications, help my laundry, take me to my doctor's appointments. So I have that choice for myself who I want to hire and how I want to set up my schedule with my allotment of hours. So what we help the consumer with is we'll teach them how to utilize the PCA program, how to understand the regulations of being an employer, how to submit payroll, how to send timesheets, what are your responsibilities. So we kind of provide all that skills training and support so that person is independent and can live at home with the services they need so that they can remain in a safe environment. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, you could give our department a call and we'd kind of run through the eligibility, give you a little bit more information as to your responsibilities, and start you on the way for the PCA program.
My name is Zachary Boyer. I'm the Assistant Planning Director over at Coastline Elderly Services, and what we deal with is our needs assessment survey and area plan related to how our agency functions. So what that basically means is every 3 years we conduct a needs assessment survey to find out what the needs are in the elderly community that we serve. And this is basically just a graph of what we have found based on our survey respondents. The number one need, of course, was technology assistance, which is why we're hosting computer classes and cell phone courses to help assist our elders and, maintaining independence and combating social isolation. And from there, we have over 24 Title III funded programs through the Older Americans Act. Those range from wellness programs like Strong Women, Strong Bones, Tai Chi classes, all the way over to outreach and socialization like adult daycare and respite services for caregivers, and of course transportation. Most of our programs are catered towards those 60 and above, the elderly. However, a lot of our, for instance, our respite services are more catered towards our caregivers. So if they have their own appointments they got to get to or shopping that needs to be done, they can have someone stay with their parent or loved one while they go out and have some one-on-one time with themselves.
Hello, my name is Carol Orenberger. I'm the nursing manager here at Coastline, and I'm talk about a little bit about fall prevention that we provide to our consumers here at Coastline, as well as provide information to consumers and elders in the community that we service here at Coastline. So we all know that falls present a significant risk to elders in their home, and so we focus when we do our home visits on looking at the environment that they're living in and how we can alter that to make it safer so that it would prevent them from falling. We also provide education about ways that they can prevent falls in their home, whether that's looking at equipment that they may need or encouraging them to use the devices, whether that's a cane or a walker, or encouraging them to use appropriate footwear when they're walking in their home. We can provide PERS devices so that if they were to fall in the home, they'd have a way to notify emergency medical services to get them help. Some of the risk factors that our elders have because of their age is obviously decreased mobility as we age. We are not as active as we were, and so because of that, we develop, muscle weakness, and it can cause us to be at risk for falls. So it's very important that while we go out to consumers' homes, that we kind of stress the importance of fall prevention and how that they can make some adaptations maybe in their home, or just educate them on how we can prevent those falls from happening again so that they can remain independent in their own home.